We break down the politics behind the promises and measure the impact on real communities.
And then the duty of the council chairman. Funds at the disposal of this council chairman for them to embark on such projects.
Do the council chairman know their responsibilities?
And do they even know their responsibilities?
Because if they know their responsibilities, first they will demand that they be given funds.
If you want to understand your day, start it here. This is the Super Breakfast Show on xl1069 FM.
Nigeria, good morning. Akwa Ibom State, MSCRA. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the Super Breakfast Show. It is Friday, day 19, and in the month of June. I trust you're ready, set for the weekend. Regardless, we're here to make sure that you have the best of update as you approach the weekend mood already. Yeah? Regardless, you're welcome to the show. This is the voice of the Supreme Character. Number of concerns we'll be looking at this morning on the papers, a handful of them from the national dailies today. Well, we'll come back home and look at one grave concern that transpired yesterday. We'll just try to make sense of the last hope of the common man, as they say it, right? So hopefully we'll be joined by one of our reporters right here at xl1069 FM, and of course, the NUJ chairman should join us to also help us make sense of, the right of journalists when it concerns, or as it concerns, reportage or covering court proceedings in Akwa Ibom State, precisely, where the rights begin, where they stop, and if at all they are rights for journalists. Yeah. So we'll make sense of that. Don't forget your community report to come on board by 8:30. So you put them together. Let's revisit them once again today. And, pretty much how it's going to be on the Super Breakfast Show this morning. So you brace up. Let's get you armed with the information you need for the day. Well, we'll begin with the Daily Trust newspaper. The lead story here: retired general, bandits are human beings like us. Let's face them squarely. That report references retired Brigadier General Maharazu Siga, a former Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, calling for a more decisive approach to tackling insecurity. And he says that negotiations alone cannot end banditry and terrorism in Nigeria. So one thing as we move on with the conversation is negotiations from who? The citizens? Or is he saying the government are also involved, even when the government has said they are not in negotiations with bandit and terrorists? But that's on the one hand. But he says negotiations alone cannot end banditry and terrorism in Nigeria, right? He was answering a few questions during a press briefing, and that was organized by friends, by colleagues, and even associates of the late retired Major General Abubakar Rabe, right? He had a handful to say, as a matter of fact. And in his point of view, a more aggressive and coordinated strategy is required to dismantle the operations of bandits and terrorists, right? And he says, look, these people, they are not likely to voluntarily disband because, don't come negotiate. If it happened just like that, that's what he's saying. He even had to refer to an incident during his, captivity, alleging that bandit leaders discussed the procurement of ammunition from individuals with access to government resources. And he suggested that criminal networks benefit from the insider support. So, at some point, just like I interrogated at the start, who exactly are we negotiating with? right? And he also answered that question. He says that you may negotiate with bandits, but those supplying them and profiting from the conflict will not allow peace to prevail because they are more interested in the financial gain than the lives of property of the innocent citizens. All right. So that coming from the retired Brigadier General Maharazu and former DG of the NYSC is calling for a more decisive approach to tackling insecurity because he says they are humans like us, so we ought to face them squarely. Is it not, Messier?
Messier and the idea at the Merokbaniko, a Moiro Wintenyan, the spirit is a 2 and Metang Man and Sent Tango Kibana Wu, Akweto, Ibana, Akweto, Irongo, Adi Irong Mufo, without a dinner wu, sino information able, could mina itemeseba, could mina bomeseba, Namayin to Namtum, Irabagate Rodumawook, Irabu. The people in Monawu, say Tero Tangaro, Mewake, Mibenes and allegation, but it tell you the way the Mirabanyeta take or look at his rank, and yen if you're about boy security. So I do say I'm going bang, a man negotiate, I worry, it will reintegrate that. Ewa abeneka ikorewa enyo adi ngo afu bukam bo no nye bombo mi ta next time roko nye buge ya ka ikore ewa egbe ko so se no fa ka mi bon bo tutu ni ni enyo adi because nye di onga sibi ta kanye ima mutu mari tembo.
Still on the Daily Trust, xenophobia, no Nigerian willing to leave South Africa will be abandoned. That's coming from the federal government Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu made that promise in a statement which was released yesterday, right? She says about 1,000 Nigerians have so far registered for evacuation from South Africa ahead of the June 30 deadline, which is given by anti-immigrant groups in the country. And according to her, the first batch of 228 Nigerian nationals, 258, right? They've been transported back from South Africa to Nigeria already and were received by herself, right? Sometime June 11, precisely. So that about the latest in that regard.
Yeah, I do because no able anti-immigrant me okay. Bong bomi. I've made some videos where my mama not only wo Nigeria, eka shop wo, eka itudo wo, awo bo mo se paper me, ke mo idu illegal occupant, e mo mi mini a document what that ke the government of South Africa and mo ne riba ke South Africa mi nam dubere sen dubere mo ina mami mono we see employ the bulk of the mono we see employed mono South Africa sen dube say papers me but the response when they bon mo yeme papers they use foul languages they into paper at work ki no ni bo ama kemi ntem ya awo and yebo ntem what about business ye mono South Africa we bon they don't care so are you serious ya nyongo ami edo a call Imito Ghana must go. I can gang it could be payback, but okay, Ghana must go. So you secondly, you don't get Nigeria. Maybe okay. You still have people leaving their countries. You don't move. You can make it greener pastures for everybody to. So you leave a man and get them do flourish. But then again, and I man is saying a tackle unemployment in the best possible way. Unemployment they don't go for like a freedom, even in many developed countries. But at least you also need to and a man make me plan. So they might reduce the number of people. Nigeria. Look at doctors. Doctors don't employed now. Nigeria, other countries, but the welfare for them. If on no welfare packages, if on no even when they are employed, they still live.
So in a nutshell, it's rather worrisome what's the long-term damage would be for South Africa in this case, as much as there's been a handful of reactions as to how not fine this is looking. But in the long term, honestly speaking, in fact, We've even seen.
I think Minister of Foreign Affairs.
We've seen a number of concerts being cancelled already over insecurity concerns in South Africa. So already the reputational damage is already kicking in. So what happens, 1 year from now, 2 years from now? Really?
The president
and you have the likes of Nelson Mandela, who did 28 years. Right, and
more rules. Some nations, the Nigeria,
president. Okay.
Nelson Mandela.
Okay. You have the president come out to say, "Look, we're not. We're calling against, violent approach to concerns that could be handled a lot better." And all of those concerns, which many have said comes off more as a political talk, to a serious security concern that is facing, citizens in your country. Well, we'll see how this pans out. Either way, we wish the Nigerians who are coming back home a safe journey back home. The Daily Trust has details of that particular story on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Insecurity, governors seek swift establishment of state police. No, it's on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. That particular concern has the 36 state governors, again, throwing their weight behind the immediate establishment of the state police. And they're saying it should be constitutionally sound and aligned with federalism and citizens' right. That they went under the Nigeria Governors Forum, right? So the conversations are still on regarding state police. And the need to see that it comes to fruition in no time.
I had a very good idea, but then Mika I say recognize security agencies. I can work with proper explanation. Yes, there are security issues. State police. How prepared are we for the state police at the function? The same people you employ in different states. Those same people collaborate the terrorists and bandits, and we insecurity issues. So I think in as much as it's insecurity, to stop Adam. The relationship between normal citizen, bandits, terrorists, carrying on more carry out different levels of atrocities and more because they don't just do it alone. Even like they have connection, they have people they are talking to. Any more ways again on more information. This is the time to come. This is not the time to come. So when I check, even from the securities, I make up sometimes ago, try some soldiers. I make inform any link these terrorists. Some people accuse them. Any link with these terrorists? Even ambush before security agencies say so I think insecurity state police say
well, that the reason for the heightened calls on deliberate consideration to be given to this particular law, right? That about the essence of the continued consultations, that the lawmakers have engaged in, right? But moving on the Vanguard newspaper still, federal government rolls out guidelines for transition to new tax regime. That the federal government releasing the general guidelines for the implementation of the Tax Act 2025, and they've outlined the transition process from the repeal tax laws to the new tax framework, which takes effect from January 1, right? Started January 1 this year, right? So there's a handful of that which the government has said, okay, you have to be aware of this transition, right? There's a lot more to that conversation. We'll have that one in a broader scale. Oil slumps to lowest price since U.S.-Iran conflict. Oil slumps to lowest price since U.S.-Iran conflict.
Physically.
Exactly.
So physically can come ido ke analysis ntom ido ke international market ntine kibere we won kan me ado mark fuel station it's already fuel 1005 1004 16 ku sorry tie ayo gbekam ya ba fuel station si iba ya wo 10 o'clock for market fuel good fuel station ado e de yen te de black market so ya na manye ya ni kere effect ke fa kan me general effect aba mfraro se nyini da iberero.
Okay, indeed. We will also not forget to note that we've had a handful of reports about the United States of America releasing the official text of the Memorandum of Understanding reached with Iran. And they outlined a framework for ending the hostilities and, paving a way for a broader peace agreement in that regard. Okay, so you get details of that on the Vanguard newspaper this morning still. Let's quickly go on to the Punch newspaper. On the Punch this morning, lead story, bandit attack, federal government raises 500 billion naira emergency security fund. 500 billion naira. Well, some have said no money can be declared as too much to fight insecurity in the country. While some others have said, well, no matter how much money there is, we need calculated and decisive approach to the utilization of the funds. That's just about the other concern is raised, right? This money, by the way, was deducted from the Federation Account Allocation Committee revenue for May 2026. Right? And that deduction was made right before the monthly revenue sharing exercise among the federal government, the states, and even the local government councils, according to the information we have.
How will you feel, the governor of because as you've recorded all the 36 states, so how will you feel? The Kakema see Cox state Nufo. Now you see other states already fighting insecurity. Yet. Ke métier même fana mi ke soka baba wo mo aso continue then it's always you come from month like me na me ya manage maybe after 2-3 months it even augment akosi baba. How would you feel at the governor I do wrong before you don't really have these insecurity issues
as a governor? What have you done before? I flipped the question. As a governor, what have you done before? If you might not, just in case you're not feeling good about the government proceeding, federal government proceeding to take that amount of money, right? Contributively, right? What have you done that has stemmed the tide? That's
in your state. In your state. Yeah, some states in serious insecurity issue. Mabo serious insecurity issue. I can meet all for our. Some states still a sort of insecurity, but it's different from terrorism and banditry. Then am I showing through from the allocation of Buno? Then you are thinking, okay, we're making one more that states, yak the thing as well. Then every day, so those states improvement. You'll be forced to think, I can't even answer.
As we're talking about the decisive utilization of the funds. By the way, we understand that 250 billion naira was set aside for the military intervention fund, while another 252 billion naira was allocated as an infrastructure development fund to states of the federation. The commissioners for finance, we understand, are aware of the development across the 36 states. So those in the loop. Even what's going on?
Even US, Kenya, one Iran, on monthly basis, it's on a briefing. How much they've spent, what they've used. Say come and then they deliberate. If very say man, it's a or he spend too much. For very fan can use a market goes all way my oppose majority. Yes, always a call for peace to reign. Yak USA can conquer this fight between US, Iran, and Israel. So can Nigeria? How many months? How many times can say out of we talk about 500 billion after 6 months. send them with 500 billion after 6 months. Saying see Bena Koromi, see Biara Koromi, nam. These are the gains. Udolo Yeneki Biata Koromi, see Udolo Benisong and Ke Koromi against you send me. Same bossy Yoris Koromi, and I ain't no urgent attention. I've been to see near that kind of report. Ah, the over 2 to 3 months. So, but even a possible monthly, so I would okay. The people in charge of spending this money, they are doing any more water that call me to go uta. For a year, if I get no account.
Exactly. So as much as we understand, it's glaring that we need more resources, to fund troops, to procure equipment, for personal remuneration, for surveillance infrastructure and the recruitment of personnel, the likes of the forest guards, no doubt. The question is, how are we utilizing these funds? Are we keeping tabs, right? If we are doing so, are we measuring gains, right? How visible are the gains beyond the numbers that we're mentioning for terrorists that have been neutralized, or for equipment that have been procured, right? Of the boots that have been, recruited. What has changed in the security of Nigerians across the 36 states of the Federation? So now that would be the consideration.
So a normal, an average Nigerian, I'm a cook boss and I'm able to neighbor mine is in a cock. Yeah, okay, I said no, okay, in my account. Maybe see a cocktail or you can make.
Exactly. NDC disowns candidate list circulating on social media. That story is on the pond. We'll take a breather right now, Akwabam. When we come back, we get your reactions.
Yeah, what you gonna do now?
This is
Super Radio. Super Radio.
1069 xl1069fm. 106.9 powered to XL.
I have a little cough, sir, in my little chest, sir. Anytime I cough, sir, it makes a heavy sound, sir.
I see. You have a cough. I know just what you need. I'll give you Uniplex. It will clear your chest fast. Fast, fast, fast. Clear your chest fast.
Uniplex. Uniplex.
Uniplex cough syrup gives you relief from sore throat, cold and chesty coughs. Manufactured by Daily Needs Industries Limited. Uniplex cough syrup is for children and adults.
Uniplex. Uniplex.
If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor.
Guy, we don't talk since so. Make I go do my work, We go continue this talk later.
Oh boy, you don't talk. Haba, you know the tire.
Now the new level be that too. This new MTN sachet bundle don't make life easy for me.
Brotherly, involve me now. Make myself they follow ya like you. Talk until you tire. When you day on top the new MTN sachet bundles, dial *312*7# and press 2 to start to enjoy from 100 naira. Load down, talk they go.
The world has moved from celebration of certificates to impact and ideas. At Danny Joy International Schools, we are determined to raise critical thinkers, world leaders, and change agents. We are equipped with leading-edge facilities with determination to nurture a total child in an environment where a child is free to grow and explore with our advanced chemistry, biology, physics, ICT hub, music hub, sporting facilities, and much more. Admission is ongoing for boarding secondary students. We are located along Waniba Road after Ibom Hotel and Golf Resort, Ifyayong, Uruan, Akwa Ibom State. For more inquiries, call 0810-364-9178 or 0808-824-8176. Danny Joy International Schools. Honesty in learning is our legacy.
Madam, please move this car.
My steering is stiff. I think my oil is bad.
What? Haven't you heard of Ibeto Lubricants and Engine Oil?
Ibeto Lubricants?
Ibeto Petrochemical Industries Limited, a member of the Ibeto Group, experts in blending, marketing, and sale of top quality lubricants and engine oil. The company is ISO certified. The products are Espresso Super Turbo 0W40, Espresso Super Ultra 5W30 for brand new engines, Espresso Super Plus 15W40, and Espresso Super 20W50 W40 for petrol engines, Beta Super Plus 15W40 for diesel engine, automotive gear oil, industrial gear oil, marine engine oil, hydraulic oil, compressor oil, ATF, and two-stroke engine oils, and lots more.
All their products are Mancap certified.
Ibeto engine oil and lubricants are dependable to the last drop. Keep your engine in good shape. Insist on Ibeto oil and lubricants.
Let us take a tour to your community and explore every route.
Who come is being affected.
On behalf of the village head of Mkorika,
from about to Pepsi.
It already comprehensive high school.
Let us help present your request to the right authorities.
Primary school.
All the way from Fort to Yongshan down to Akbaden, the road is not good. We suffer a lot, and if you enter bike, the bike will charge.
Join Community Reports Mondays through Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Community Report, exclusive to XL1069 FM.
All right, Akwa Ibom State, thank you very much for staying with us. Welcome back. It's the Super Breakfast Show. Well, now we're feeling grassroots now because we're coming to the community.
It's all wrong,
So we'll get your thoughts, your reaction to the headlines side by side with your community report. That concern you want to talk about or you have been talking about. It's yet another opportunity to re-echo those, concerns.
So kufa fanaro ke yeme ditangba iniero marota ko nyine ko ke buruku ningero 0700001069 idika feben venero 0809 2221069 mfen moba ado 0809 333 1069 WhatsApp line yinero 0809 333 1069 akwesen text di no yeben but on voice note di number ku yak voice note for akbono can 60 seconds a minute e yeben so someone about.
All right, I'll quickly take our minds back as we get into a community concern now. 2021 we had the
open grazing.
That's what they call them, anti-open grazing law. Domesticated. That's the word. By Akwa Ibom State. That was at the time we had former governor Udom Emmanuel, and we had the speaker at the time to be Right Honorable Nyekan Basi at the time. Right? Start of the law. Open rearing and grazing of livestock, and it was meant to provide for the establishment of ranches and a lot of other concerns that were captured in that particular law. Had to deal with the penalties, the livestock transportation, and even the ban on open rearing. Handful of concerns. Now don't forget, before this particular law was, or before the calls heightened for this particular law to be domesticated, we had concerns where farmers would come out and say, I just came to farm this morning and I realized my cassava, everything I planted, has been taken out or taken down by cows.
And I attempted even resist for. I said, that was
in the north. That's one of the concerns that led to the phrase farmer had a crisis in some areas. So fast forward to the days after that particular concern was made a piece of legislation. We now had to battle another phase of the conversation, which was implementation. Over time, we've seen the same concerns happen, and despite the existence of a law, somehow these concerns just go they get overlooked. You have citizens who have called on radio stations to complain about these concerns.
And armed sometimes. So for you carrying one young come going one for a kama urok. So in he say kama is upon them mono kama ke bemenangado. Am I a punyang a fig bong? Yeah, fair. So in any gig one a working one. So in a gig a working one.
So it's important that we establish that we have that law, right? The open grazing law.
Good reason penalties.
It is existent, yeah.
Idea.
In Akwa Ibom State. For the penalty, we're talking about almost 10 million naira. Thereabout. As the law provides.
Aside from the 10 million, I don't need particular amount.
Exactly. So there it is. This is a law that was established to protect farmers from the destruction of their crops, their ponds, and even properties by straying animals, in quote, straying animals. So at that point, it was made clear that any livestock owner whose animals stray onto someone's property or farm is subject to penalties. Is the law that says it, not Isidore, not myself.
No, XL.
Exactly. So we have that out of the way. Now, fast forward to yesterday, in what maybe was supposed to be, well, let's say what ought to be the first test, or the first time that law would have been tested in the open court. We had rather disturbing concerns emanate. Our own reporter, Emedon Silva, had some responsibility to dispense right there in court to cover a particular case which we understand was between the Commissioner of Police and Abdullahi Yusuf concerning the breach of the state's anti-open grazing law 2021. And we understand that Yusuf had twice in January this year allegedly led his herd of cattle to invade and destroy crops in a certain journalist's farmland, a renowned journalist, precisely the name of Mr. Ibanga Isene, along Airport Road, right here in New York. So we had reports about a reporter being harassed
and with other journalists
and sent out of the court yesterday, alongside Mr. Ibanga Isene, who we understand
was the
petition. So we want to get this clearly, as they say it at home, from the horse's mouth. But this time from our reporter's mouth, Emedion Silva. And I hope you feel better this morning. Hope so you don't get injured.
Yeah, I feel better. I mean, it was embarrassing yesterday. I mean, I had to look at myself again and ask myself questions why I'm a Nigerian. I went there to do my job, right, which was to cover the proceedings. And just to give the listener the context, I went there by 8:45. I stepped in and I was ordered to switch off my phone from the security, which I was shocked because other persons were passing without them stopping. So they stopped me and asked where I'm from. I told them that from xl1069 FM and I'm to cover the mentioned case. So I proceeded. I asked for direction because I've not been in that court before, and I was directed to court 7, which was the court for the proceedings. So on getting there, I met with 2 clerks of the court, a male and a female, who were interacting with another journalist from a newspaper outlet who was also there for that particular case. But somehow, I think they've met themselves before now. So we're just interacting outside the case. So I told the 2 clerks that I am here for this case, and they said that there is no case like that. She asked the lady clerk, now asked the male clerk about the case. The male clerk asked me if it's a new case. I said that it's not a new case. According to the petitioner, that this is the 3rd time this case will be heard, and they said that there is no case like that, and that I'm not supposed to be in court. So I had to reach out to my superior and asked why they're responding that way if I'm actually in the right court, because I was confused at that time. And my superior also spoke with them. At that point, they said, okay, that I should, the lady clerk now said I should follow outside for her to make findings, which was new for me. I mean, this is the court that this is supposed to hold, and you're taking me outside. So I followed her as, a humble fellow. I followed her, and she took me to several offices, met with
Offices,
met with random persons that were coming to court, and she asked them about the case, if they are aware of this case, and if a journalist is allowed in.
The clerk was asking random persons.
Yes, if the journalists, are allowed into the courts. Before now, the other lady, that elderly lady who is also a journalist, was bounced out. Before now, she was asked to leave. Right, so the lady left, and she was just standing around the entrance. So she told me to wait for her. After waiting for her, she left me, passed me, met with another lawyer, and came back. I was surprised when she came back that she walked past me, right? She walked past me without saying anything. So it was like she doesn't know, we've not met before, right? And I had to call her attention, and I asked her about the case and why she told me to come outside if, she did not want to follow up and all of that. So she said, oh yeah, she sighed, and she said I should follow her. So we returned back to the court, and I was not allowed still inside the court. So I reached out to my superior again, and my superior said that I should wait for the petitioner to arrive, which is Mr. Ibarra. So I waited for Mr. Ibarra to arrive. When Mr. Ibarra arrived, Mr. Ibarra took me to another lawyer, explained himself. At first, the lawyer wasn't responding. So when Mr. Ibarra now spoke and told the lawyer about himself, his profile, the lawyer mellowed. And now told us to go to court, that this is not our case, that since you're the petitioner, go to court. But this was not a response before now. She wasn't even responding. She was very rude, right, to an elderly man like that. She was very rude. So we now proceeded to court. After all this, I'm trying to cut the whole story short because, it was a whole lot. Right, the case was supposed to be by 9, but this is about 10 o'clock. Other things were just open running. So we went to court. Mr. Ibarra entered, and I did not want to enter. I think I was bounced out the first time. Mr. Ibarra said I should come in. So I went in and I sat close to him. Other cases were still up. So on citing me, the male clerk, who had already said that there is no case like that, communicated to the female clerk, pointed at me. The female clerk go outside. Made wherever she went, I don't know, but she came back. And when she came back, I was directed. In their words, I told you to leave my court. Right?
That's what the clerk said.
Yeah. And the magistrate said, who is that? Tell him to leave the court. I did not stand up. I didn't respond. So the police officer was like, ooh, and the lady police officer. And when the magistrate raised his voice again, you leave my court, bounce him, get him out of my court. In his words, get him out of my court.
In our words, yeah.
His words.
Okay.
The magistrate.
Okay.
Get him out of my court. The police officer now dragged me. It's not like leave the court. She dragged me.
Literally.
Not literally. She dragged me. She dragged my clothes. I had to follow her, and I nearly fell. Right, it was embarrassing, and that was as if that was not enough. She pushed me out, got my cap, right, and I told her, "Give me my cap. Since you bounced me out, so she gave me my cap."
Was your cap that fine?
This is a serious matter. So now, as if that was not enough, she proceeded to meet with Mr. Ibarra,
the petitioner.
Who also shouted that he was supposed, this is the petitioner now, that this is his case and he's supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Right? The magistrate did not even give him that chance to explain, or the magistrate still did not give me a reason why you had to bounce me out. Right? He did not give me a reason. I did not give Mr. Iba a reason why he asked him to leave the court.
The petitioner.
The petitioner, right? So the police officer now dragged Mr. Iba same way, even more severely, dragged him out of the court, and it was an embarrassment, IG and Isido, to see an elderly man being dragged outside the court.
Well, just to ascertain,
as a human.
Let's get an idea of the case.
Just
so that people listening.
Let's ascertain now. Do you, by any information, know whether or not Mr. Iba was given yesterday to be his turn in court?
Yes, yesterday I saw the other party outside, the elders, right outside when we were entering the court. They were having conversation. They were not inside. They were having conversation with another lawyer, right? So we saw them, and Mr. Iba even said that these are the persons. We walked past them. So it was that day, and this is a veteran journalist that we were talking about, IG. It's not a random human being that will leave whatever he was doing to court. And it seems for not just me, other lawyers and editors from other media outlets, right? So it's not.
So we want to be sure, because we understand.
Yeah, it was yesterday by 9 a.m.
Okay, good, good thing. Now, the other part of the conversation we want to know, because we understand that while journalists, reserve the right to monitor and report court processes, there are some exemptions. It's not absolute. We know that. Now, it could come in, the exceptions could be, according to the Constitution, right? Section 36 sub 4, in cases where it is determined that it is in the interest of defense or public safety, or for the welfare of or protection of children,
if involved,
or for the protection of private lives of the parties concerned, or to protect the identity of witnesses, or in the interest of public order, morality, or national security. That is in cases involving high-profile terrorism or treason. So, did the magistrate at any point, or the clerk, state any of these concerns as a reason for asking you out of the court?
And other journalists.
No, when I met them that first time, they said that journalists are not allowed in court.
Was it a public?
She said I should provide a permit from my organization that I'm supposed to be there. So I had to call my superior, and my superior spoke with her, and after that conversation, she waved off that part and said I should go and sit down. Right, so I sat, and after the whole thing, she still came to me and told me to go outside. So I think this is very different. It wasn't to protect any child or whatever, right? So it's an open court, and I have the right as a journalist to cover a case like that.
Okay, let's quickly listen to
the petitioner,
Mr. Iba, his position on this concern.
Gentlemen of the press, today has been a very sad day for me, and indeed for farmers in Akwa Ibom State. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a journalist, and I'm a farmer. Sometime 2 years ago, when the governor launched his Arise agenda, in which agriculture is one of the major prongs of the policy, I came back and established a farm, a commercial farm. This was to complement what the governor was saying, and the fact that agriculture is something everybody should be proud to be engaged in. And so I deployed my resources. I employed staff, trained them, and we have some of the best crop of staff, and I pay them very well. We started cultivating the land, about 3 hectares. Not quite long after we started, we discovered that we could have a problem with headsmen. And so we deployed resources and created a barricade, used barbed wire around the entire farm, which is close to 3 hectares. That was to keep herders and their cattle away from our property. But unfortunately, we were wrong. As we were planting and setting up our irrigation system, very complex irrigation system, using both generator and solar solar power. We thought we had done the right thing, and we went to cultivate cucumber and tomatoes, pepper, and okra. Early in January this year, after we started the next cycle, herdsmen invaded the farm in broad daylight. And the first time they came, I was in the farm, and my attention was drawn. I rushed there and was trying to chase the cows away because they were eating the crops and destroying the irrigation system, cutting the drip tapes, breaking the pipes. And so when I chased the cow, the young herder did some incantation, brought out his cutlass, did some incantation, and came chasing at me. I also repeated the same thing he did, and then he ran into the cows, disappeared into the cows, and they ran outside. We have a video of him escaping our property. I went and reported to the police station, at Dakara police station, met the divisional police officer, and then reported the incident. They sent policemen, and they ran, looked around. The herder had disappeared with the cows. I now petitioned the commissioner of police. I personally went and dropped a petition with the commissioner of police, and I told him what had happened. 2 days later, the herders returned, still invaded the farm, destroyed the site we planted cucumber. They ate everything, destroyed the whole cucumber section of the farm, and then destroyed the irrigation system. You can imagine a number of cows. We can't, because it was in the night. We cannot identify them. We don't know how many cows, but the whole place was mashed and the irrigation system was destroyed. And then I went back and called the commissioner for agri. I complained bitterly. That also passed. The fourth time they came again and still invaded the farm and destroyed everything that was left. And the okra we had, almost a hectare of okra, 3 days after the last invasion, turned red, got burnt. The infection, disease, ravaged the whole farm that was fruiting. And we lost everything again. Finally, the commissioner of police caused the herder, one of the herders, to be arrested. And at the police station, I was called and told that the herder stabbed a policeman at the headquarters, and he was shot on the leg. And he was detained, shot on the leg, taken to hospital, detained, and then charged to court. For 3 consecutive times or 2 consecutive sittings, the case did not hold because the magistrate was not perhaps willing to hear the case. So today, as at yesterday in the evening, the police prosecutor, Barrister Blessing Essien, called me and gave me the particulars of the case. I got the particulars of the case, and the case is between the Commissioner of Police versus Abdullahi Yusuf, and I'm the complainant. The police prosecutor insisted that I should be in court even before 9 a.m. and I was there. And I had told my colleague journalists, because this was going to be a litmus test to the implementation of the law against open grazing that was passed and signed by the previous administration of Udom Gabriel Emmanuel. I arrived at the court. Even on my way to the court, the journalists who had gone there first said they were being bounced. They were asked to go out. And I said they should wait for me. So when I got there, a court official confronted me and asked me why I was in the court. And I told her, I think the registrar, that I have a case and that I'm a farmer and I'm a journalist. I'm a law-abiding citizen. And I told her whether there was any law that I should not be in court and that journalists should not also cover proceedings. And she did not answer that question, but they still insisted we should not access the court. I went into court 7, where my case was listed and for which the police prosecutor told me about. And I sat down and some of the journalists came in. Those who were with me were from xl1069fm and Inspiration. The lady from the Pioneer had been stopped from coming in. So as the magistrate was reading another case, he looked up and they saw us inside the courtroom. And the first thing they did was to ask the xl1069fm reporter to stand up and ordered him out of the court. He should get out of the court in a most humiliating way. And then they also ordered the reporter from Inspiration FM to leave. I was the only one sitting down. And then they said, you, pointed menacingly at me and asked me to stand up. I stood up in reverence to the court. And he said, who are you? And I introduced myself and I told him I'm a complainant and that my case is listed in his court. And he asked me to get out of the court. He shouted at me, get out, send him out, take him out of the court. And I said, Your Worship, why? What have I done? I have a case here and He asked whether I was a complainant. I said yes. And he said I should get out. I stood my ground to request for a reason he's chasing me out. And he did not offer a reason. And the police started pushing me and they humiliated me and threw me out of the court. I did not want to resist because it could have looked as if I was trying to embarrass the court. The court would rather embarrass me, so I walked out. But I want to say that I've lost confidence in that court to hear my case. This is just one of the first cases where the anti-open grazing law would be heard. And a court official, right from the beginning, the court officials were so antagonistic and they embarrassed us, chased us away as journalists, and even as a complainant, chased me out. I want to put it on record and let it be on record that I do not have confidence in that magistrate to hear my case. I want to also put on record that the police prosecutor did not appear for that case. And even when I called him, he said I should not leave, that I have a case there. But he said he was with the Commissioner of Police. He was not in court. I want to also put on record that I did not do anything to warrant the magistrate from humiliating, embarrassing me and pushing me out of court in a case I had listed in the same court. And that I want Akwa Ibom people to know that I will not allow this to go down the way it is.
Oh, that's the voice of the petitioner.
The complainant.
Iba isn't it?
So again, the only way I get to one. Again, the only Akwa Ibom state government we get to one. When I'm get to one. In Angajari or Taiwan Vosio. This is just a simple one case. So a man and program around during pay-per-view. Me we say code, especially Kenang lands. Ibong Bunanga Taiwan Guru. So consider the position of government.
We'll come right back. Let's take a breather. Emedion Silva, thank you for being able to come forth this morning to talk to the concern. And we hope that you are in good spirits this morning.
I hope so too.
Okay. Either way, we'll speak with the number one journalist in Akwa Ibom State when we come back. Please stay with us, Akwa Ibom.
106.9 powered to XL.
Guy, we don't talk since so. Ha, make I go do my work, eh? We go continue this talk later.
Oh boy, you don't talk. How about? You know the tire.
Now the new level be that too. This new MTN sachet bundle don't make life easy for me.
Brotherly, involve me now. Make myself they follow ya like you. Talk until you tire. When you day on top the new MTN sachet bundles, dial *312*7# and press 2 to start to enjoy from 100 naira. Load down. Talk they go.
Pass me the ball, though. See, now who the limp come so? Now Henry, hey, oh boy, which time begin limp with walking stick now?
Now muscle had dry pains. Since that yesterday game, he come be like say the time I muscle to my bones.
Harry, now so you come the use stick waka like papa. You never hear of Vilicin Balm? Vilicin Balm na brand of methyl salicylate and menthol crystal. We will give you effective and soothing relief from body pain, aches, lumbago and rheumatism. Whether na for work or play, Vilicin na effective soothing balm for old and young people them. Harry, my man. Now you the dribble like this? Where you walking stick now? Vilicin Balm, rub balm for cold, catarrh, aches and pains. Vilicin Balm, na daily need industries they make them. If you not better after 3 days, I better go see your doctor.
When you are looking for that perfect blend of luxury and comfort, one name stands out. Madina Hotels and Residences, located at 32 Ebel Damina Avenue, Osama Estate. Uyo hosts your executive sessions in our state-of-the-art meeting halls or treat your taste buds to world-class flavors at our restaurant. Feel right at home in our fully air-conditioned rooms with 24-hour power supply. Unwind at the poolside bar, relax in our exclusive lounge, or take a dip in our swimming pool. Stay connected with free Wi-Fi and wake up to a delicious complimentary breakfast. We even handle your movement with our pick-up and drop-off services, all while you stay safe with our 24-hour security. And ask about our outdoor catering and event planning for your next big celebration. Call 0806-742-8925. Madina Hotels and Residences. Experience peace.
Medina Hotels and Residences. Experience peace.
Because it's good for stronger health. What do you need? Amatem, fast relief. If malaria disturb you with Amatem, no issue. Oh, best, oh. I'm a 10 subject. Fight malaria, no stress, oh. I'm a 10 subject.
When malaria show, no time to talk. I'm a 10 soft at Odogu. Only the best. Royal Line Technologies. People where sabi say phone where Royal Line no get does not exist. Them sabi say before they get phone problem, Royal Line Technologies Limited don't already get solution for them. Royal Line Technologies Limited, where don't almost old like GSM technology for Nigeria, then get grace to make communication easy for country people. They don't stock every kind phone and accessories, and their price is correct well. And even if your money no complete, Royal Line Technologies get easy buy. We go allow you drop small money, carry phone go house, pay small till you pay finish. Every phone where Royal Line they sell get warranty. If you buy phone carry go house and small time the phone begin behave like say in brain get knocking sound, Royal Line go repair and give you or give you brand new phone for free. No use your money take do to for phone and accessory matter. Take waka enter any Royal Line shop where you sabi, and any phone and accessories where you find, you go see them for there, or you call them for 0701 0007 373. Royal Line is good all the time.
Oh, I don't tire for this my television. No better picture, no better sound at all.
My brother, follow who no rodo. Nigeria don't go digital with free TV. You get over 100 channels. And see, you no go pay every month. But I go need new box, abi? No, now. Use any free-to-air decoder or download the free TV mobile app for your phone. Just point your dish to Night Concert and enjoy. No be so I tell you.
Digital.
Now, National Broadcasting Commission bring on this message.
No let them leave you for back. Switch to digital now. Free TV, better TV, no monthly wahala.
Yeah, what you gonna do now?
This is
Super Radio. Super Radio.
1069 XL FM.
Welcome back, Akwa Ibom State. Thank you very much for staying with us. It's the Super Breakfast Show, IG here, and Isi Dark Panda. Well, we're trying to establish connection with the Nigerian Union of Journalists Chairman, Akwa Ibom State, Comrade Sibiat John. Once that is done, we'll be on with the conversation. But like you just listened to Mr. Ibang just before that breather, the concern before us is one which, over time has been more of a clamor. And yesterday, according to what we hear, ought to have been at least a litmus test in the court, right? To see just how much of the weight the law holds.
On business on implementation.
Open grazing concerns that Nigerians have been talking about. Now,
and you narrow it down to Akwa Ibom.
Exactly. So it is rather sad that it turned out the way it did yesterday. Right. So we will try to find out the position of the journalists in Akwa Ibom State, courtesy of the chairman, in a bit as that pans out. But Isido, this is where we're at right now, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow we will have a handful of concerns along that line.
Every third Friday or last Friday, it will back to the farm. Keto in one. Mewo esora biara ko mo. Mewo esora bi na ko mo to in one. Mewo esora invest. It go say ke ni kem boy one. Then for my to in one amadaka. Enanga di dok. Enanga mi. Wena we ni enang. I just saw go sentang in this part of the country.
Who can't get here now?
Most of the people in Irena are politicians. Because idogo part of our lifestyle. Idogo our major source of living. Our major source of living. Lifestyle and a major source occupation. Especially from the north. So I'm not ya krewu kenga nyongo ko na ngaba kpeme na nkumi meninye na ngado uwe how much ena nkerero nyire na nkerero am uwe na wo bgidep ana ntibe mbema ye kpaniko how much ke nyire na nkerero am uwe na wo bgidep nyire na nker adibiba adibita adibina adibitun adinam anye mandito anye bok anye bun se wak c'est ça yari ndi kan ni bok for ba c'est ça so re etam bok ikot wene wo iru wene wo na menangaro IG. And in many cases, I say don't know politicians in many cases. Now, ama get some implementation of law. E can say Montini and Angaro. And yet rogero politicians. Mona be enforce ke ya implements that law. E take no akison itaniko. A we the peggy so kenyon. A we the peggy no and young itaniko ba. E take no akison. E take so kison. Itaniko because I riki talk ikbo. Imagine ke muwene wo ege se ni enangaro. I jira mi by kop mewe.
Well, we have the chairman, NUJ, Akwa Ibom State, join us now, Comrade Nsibia John. Comrade, thank you very much for joining us. Good morning to you.
Thank you so much, IG. It's my pleasure to receiving you via this call.
All right. Well, quickly, Comrade, I'm pretty sure you're privy to the concern which hovers around a journalist with XL1069 FM, Emedong Silva asked out of the court yesterday. We understand, according to him, he was right there to fulfill his responsibilities as a journalist covering a concerned case or a particular case in the court, Magistrate Court 7 precisely, here in Akwa Ibom State. What are your thoughts on that particular report?
Well, thank you very much once again, and I'll try to be very explicit as possible. While I think you may have noticed that while your call came in, I was on another call, and a very extensive one this time around, with someone that understands workings and doings of the court.
Okay.
As of yesterday, when I joined my colleagues at Abuja Continental Hotel, formerly called the Sheraton Hotel, for the NUJ National Security Summit, with the National Security Advisor and some security chiefs in the nation, I got back to be inundated by calls and concerns that journalists were harassed and asked out of the court in Uyo yesterday. I needed to reach out to a lot of persons to really understand and establish what happened. And I'll speak to you now. I've had a lot of interest. I've also spoken to a lot of persons on that particular subject matter. And though it is not correct to ask a journalist out of court, because one, the court is a public space. Even if you are not a journalist and you want to sit down and listen to a particular case of interest, you shouldn't be asked out of that court, except you constitute a threat or your actions are unruly. And from my initial findings, the journalists have made either to report on that subject matter or to understand what is going on, because it has to do with a case between a header and a farmer in Akwa Ibom State. I think they didn't constitute a threat to court, and they didn't also act unruly. So I'm also trying to establish contact with other persons going to get to the root of the matter. But be that as it may, NUJ is a responsible body, a corporate entity that will not allow any of our members to suffer intimidation, harassment, especially in the line of duty. So I'd like to appeal to my colleagues to please remain calm while we explore every option to get to the root of this matter. And I can assure you, when we have established the immediate and remote cause of that particular action, we are going to ensure that we inform everybody. And I'm sure that anybody that acted in a manner that is not professional will be made to face the full weight of the law. It is our interest, because the government keeps talking about agriculture and all of that. And our members, a lot of members of the NUJ are deep into agriculture. So if as a member you are into agriculture and a certain header decide to invade and destroy your facility, it is incumbent upon the government to protect the farmers and protect the citizens. And at the same time, we won't also resort to self-help. We will explore every option available to us legally towards ensuring that these things don't happen to our people again, and also to ensure that we maintain a relationship that is quite stronger between the media and the legal and the judiciary. The judiciary and the media have always been working hand in hand. As I speak to you, we had an engagement with the CJ, and then use that opportunity to cement and solidify our relationship. So I wouldn't have known what may have led to that remote and immediate action course of action. But be that as it may, whatever may have led to it, we are going to get
All right.
of that. I'm sure that between Monday and Tuesday, we are going to resolve every concern, and then anybody that has offended the law in that particular aspect will not go unpunished.
All right. Comrade Sibiat John, Chairman, NUJ Akwa Ibom State, thank you for your thoughts in regards to this particular concern this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. Well, we'll get to the conversation develops further. We'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, we'll follow up.
In the meantime,
it's
rather worrisome, all right? And every other time we have Nigerians talk about implementation, and then even some government officials say that we don't have a problem of the laws. We have laws. But
implementation
the problem is the implementation.
And it's a selective implementation.
So the question now would be, are we going to have another brick wall on this particular concern?
Keremio atapagumio mbofien kebe ya phone lines open raro monanangu ya urokofien monan from alang land ya urokofien send mo pass through kubok the headers on daily basis in wanga water. Do you know the word in one gate ya ero metom poma expecting that ama kemini ya riboko ke food insecurity banga ke most part of the world. So yeah, go back to the farm. Mpo when I'm said that monomi edi young abuke in one me room ebo ofenito esugisong.
Oh well, we'll keep tabs on that particular concern. Well, let's get into yet another crucial concern. It's June 19 today, globally recognized as World Sickle Cell Day, and it's important that we have a conversation of this sort in light of health awareness in Nigeria. All right. And of course, we're being joined by Dr. Rhoda Peter, founder, Sickle Cell Warriors Care and Healthy Living Foundation. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Doctor is accompanied by Nurse Treasure Asukwo, the Assistant Director of Nursing Department of Hematology, University of Uyo Teaching Hospital. Thank you so much for joining us as well. Good morning.
My pleasure being here. Thank you.
All right. Let's quickly chop in. Give us an understanding, Dr. Rhoda, of the significance of a commemoration of the World Sickle Cell Day.
Okay. The World Sickle Cell Day is always marked every June 19 of every year. And this commemoration spans through different countries, continents, where globally everyone marks this day with different theme. And for this year, the theme is closing the survival gap, equity in sickle cell disease. And of course, we can't overemphasize the stigmatization, the deprivation that occurs around or surrounding sickle cell. So this theme couldn't have come at a better time and at a better climb, and this is what we are clamoring for this very day, 2026, 19th June.
Give us an understanding of
what sickle
exactly sickle cell itself, right? Yes, about
for those listening.
All right, that's fine. Sickle cell disorder is actually what we call an autosomal recessive disorder.
We go break them down.
We'll break it down. We are a child that is born to two parents that have the genotype AS and AS. There are other genotypes, but a parent must carry one abnormal hemoglobin, that's the S, or in any case C, and the other variant, to actually have a child that will have the sickle cell disorder. And I'm sure you've heard of SS. I think that's the most common one, that's sickle cell anemia. So it is when two parents have the AS, one has AS and the other has AS, that means that the child that has SS took one S from the father and took another S from the mother. And as such, the child now has the SS genotype.
Now, there is a tendency for society to define warriors by their illness, right? So give us an understanding of how important it is for them to see themselves beyond the diagnosis.
It's really crucial to do that because, like I've always rightly said, in the society that we are, everyone has one abnormal thing ongoing with them or the other.
Right.
And secondly, because of that, and as imperfect as everyone is, you shouldn't allow someone who is imperfect to actually determine how you're going to survive in a society that we don't even have any form of perfection. There are several diseases and disorders out there, some undiagnosed and some diagnosed, that are killing people on a daily basis. So why would you want such a society with such level of uncertainty and ambiguity to actually determine or judge how you survive? I mean, you can see cases and there are testimonials of survivors who have actually lived beyond their 50s and 60s. So why can't you be that person that can actually live beyond that 60, 70? So it's just a thing of the mind, determination to survive, and look for ways where you can actually live beyond this. We have medical doctors, we have nurses, we have politicians, we have a lot of persons and even journalists that are actually living with sickle cell, and they are thriving. It doesn't affect your brain, it doesn't affect your fertility, it doesn't affect anything around you. It's just an abnormality that if you understand yourself, you will know what to do, and you have loving people around you, because it's key. And that is why we can't overemphasize and resound this to those who live with these survivors. They are not different from any other person. You shouldn't treat them differently. You shouldn't think that sickle cell is a death sentence. And once you're able to establish that, because for me, any long-standing illness, chronic or whatever it is, in the long run, the mental health comes to play, and that's a key part in surviving.
In that regard, how can individuals, right, living with the sickle cell disorder, get to build confidence and even maintain a positive outlook?
The first thing is self-awareness.
Okay.
We said the self-awareness is key. You need to accept that this is what it is and this is who you are. And then the next thing is education.
Okay.
Education is key. There are several ways you can actually get educated. The first thing to do is you find out where is the right place to get this. And of course, who am I supposed to get this from? And then you begin to find your physician, your family doctor. That is where you have what they call a breakdown of how the things you should do and the things you should not do. And then once you find out your limitations and the things that you can do, you begin to sort them out, declutter your environment, and bring in the ones that will actually help you to live a normal and healthy life. Because guess what? There is no sickle cell individual that cannot have a normal, thriving life.
All right, so we know that in many cases, or generally as it is, the threats aren't seen without blood tests. So how key is blood tests or regular testing to find out early determination of this case to the survival of the person involved?
Okay, I'll leave that for my nurse to address.
All right, just come closer to the mic.
It's okay. Thank you very much for that question. Talking about the importance of screening. And that's why we are here. We advocate that everyone, every would-be parent, every young person intending to get married should get themselves screened.
Should they wait before and be screened before marriage? Because in most cases it's always before marriage. The church asks you, have you done your test? Or shouldn't they do that test normally before marriage?
That is what I'm saying, and that's why we are here. Like my doctor said, education is key. It varies. To me, my advocacy is that from cradle from primary education, from secondary, tertiary, it should cut across board. Let the children grow up with the mindset that this is who I am, this is what genotype is all about, and they can, on their own, with make an informed decision to enter any of the reputable labs to run their test if the parents are not doing it for them. So don't just wait until when it's time to tie the knots to get married before you think about something like that, or maybe somebody just reminded you, because we have some people living mates who are practically in relationship and are birthing children, and they don't know anything about genotype. So we ask that everyone, it should be part of you. You should get to the point where we are so used to it, we are so accustomed to it, to know what genotype is. From there, the compatibility will now come in. In summary, an AA genotype can marry any genotype. That is the combo.
Okay.
If you're an AA genotype, you marry, you're free to, you're good to go to marry any genotype of your choice. But if you're not an AA genotype, maybe you are the AS type, you are the SC type, you are the SS type, please, the only person you're suitable to marry is an AA genotype.
Okay, interesting. Let's take it from there. Give us an understanding briefly, right, of what happens inside the body of a person living with sickle cell disorder, in a bid to also help us understand the warning signs, that should prompt immediate medical attention.
It's okay. I'll start by saying, we are talking about sickle cell.
That's right.
My doctor has defined, but the red blood cell is round in shape, and it goes through the tiny blood vessels freely to supply oxygen and nutrients to the organs and the tissues. But for a sickle-shaped person, the red blood cell tends to be a C shape with sharp ends. So it gets to form together, clog together, and forms a blockage. All right? From the blockade, it can happen at the joints, any part of the body, there pain results. You see the person crying for pain. That is what we call crisis in a sickle cell patient. Crying for pains. It might be my chest is paining me, my head is paining me. And then you have the hand and foot syndrome. And of course, it should be noted here that an average red blood cell lasts for 120 days.
Okay.
But for a sickle cell person, it lasts for just 10 days.
Okay.
10 to 20 days. So, these cells are immature. That is why they easily come down with anemia. They say, oh, this person is looking so pale. Why are you like this? You are eating my food and then you are not looking so well. So they come down with episodes of anemia, pain episodes. We have the chest syndrome, hand and foot syndrome. You have the chest pain is there. In fact, to be very precise, anywhere blood flows to, they say blood is life. Anywhere blood flows to, and there's an occlusion to the flow of this blood, something is stopping it from flowing freely, their pain can ensue and anything can happen.
So what then are the signs, that should prompt immediate medical attention?
Okay. When you have to call your doctor. Okay, when you have maybe one-sided weakness.
Okay.
Weakness of the head, weakness of the arms, weakness of one part of the body, please it calls for medical attention.
Okay.
Sickle cell should be seen as a world emergency, one of the emergencies. So some people have extreme weakness, extreme numbness on the leg, and then sudden chest pain. You weren't stressed at all, but all of a sudden you discover you're not breathing well and all of that. Please, it calls for medical attention.
Okay, as we get to round off quickly, Doctor, let's come back to you.
Okay.
Give us an understanding briefly of the role the family, have to play.
The parents too.
Exactly, in supporting the confidence and the well-being of a warrior, and you could lace that with your advice to people who may be struggling with that, or self-esteem, or feelings of isolation, as the case may be, as we round off.
All right, so to truly dismantle these barriers and these misconceptions and stigmatization, first, like she rightly said, when there is an occlusion or blockade of the arteries, there's no sufficient blood flow, and then there's reduced oxygen flow. And so in that case, the most common presentation you would see in a sickle cell sufferer would be what we call pain crisis, be screaming for pain. That is not the time to think that the child is feigning, or probably wants to avoid or evade responsibilities. That is applicable to the parents and even any healthcare giver or any caregiver. So that's the time where the child is being taken to the emergency room, because once the pain is reversed or if there's an intervention, the child goes back to being it's not his or her normal self. So that at that point in time, there's going to be an intervention, an immediate intervention. And once that is relieved, the child is back. The child is not abnormal. It's just a matter of understanding when this happens. That's why it's key to know how the body reacts and how the body responds. And then there is the issue of the community thinking that the child has a short lifespan. Of course, we have to understand that a sickle cell wearer can live beyond 60. And then finally, we don't need pity. Sickle cell wearers don't need pity. What they need is support. What they need is a thriving environment. So we are advising every parent and every caregiver out there, give your child a thriving environment and you will see how your child can go far. Your child can become the president. Your child can become anything they want to be. And that is a fact.
Limitless possibilities. Dr. Rhoda Peter, thank you so much for the insight this morning. Meanwhile, Dr. Rhoda Peter is the founder of Sickle Cell Warriors Care and Healthy Living Foundation. She was here with Nurse Treasure Sukur, the Assistant Director of Nursing Department of Hematology at the University of Your Teaching Hospital. Nurse Asuko, thank you so much for your insight.
Thank you, sir.
This morning. All right, Akwa Ibom State, I'm sure you've taken something from that conversation. So let's turn attention now. We've got some other guests and friends in the house who'll come back and talk business and wealth in a bit. Please stay with us.
What a beautiful morning it is.
Let's get started, shall we?
Starting your day the right way.
With the XL Super Breakfast Show.
On XL 106.9 FM.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! This is it!
Waking you up every morning.
This is the XL Super Breakfast Show.
Only on XL 106.9 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
This is the Super Breakfast Show on XL 106.9 FM.
Yeah, man.
Yo, get them radios up.
The Super Breakfast Show.
Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
Can you sing your national anthem?
Oh, sorry, no mistake. I'm from Zimbabwe. I'm from Zimbabwe.
What part of Zimbabwe are you from?
Nkoson.
Will you keep quiet? I'm serious. I'm serious. Is it because you can't sing your national anthem?
No, I'm not from Nigeria. I'm from Zimbabwe.
You said you're from Nigeria.
It's a mistake. I'm from Nkoson, Zimbabwe.
Okay, can you say, my name is, what's your name?
My name is
So, what's the most popular dish in Zimbabwe?
You won't disgrace me. You won't disgrace me.
You're Nigerian.
No, I'm from Zimbabwe. My mom is from Uganda. My dad is from Zimbabwe.
What part of Uganda is your mom from?
My mom is a Kuruntunga.
Thank God it's Fun Friday.
All right, Akwa Ibom State, thank you very much for staying with us. We have guests this morning from PXCS Global, and they're here to talk to us about how to make money online generally. Now you should come closer to your radio set. We're being joined now by Mr. Everest Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
We've got Mr. Good News Love Day. You're welcome. Mr. Joseph Mark, rather. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's see. It seems I took your voice there. Welcome once again. All right. And of course, Mrs. Eno Edwards is right here. You're welcome to our studios this morning.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
All right, let's begin. ES Global. Who are you? What do you do?
Okay, thank you very much. ESPS Global is an Australian-based company that is into promotion. Our job is to advertise products online, like from eBay, Amazon, and Walmart. Of course, these are the giants when it comes to e-commerce platform. So ESPS is just, promoting their products. So you join us. We show you how you can use your phone to promote just to advertise the promote and you get paid. It's not an investment platform. It's not a trading platform. It's just job online. It's strictly job online. So when you come, we'll show you how to do this job at the comfort of your home. You stay there and do it, because a lot of people are making money online these days. The blessing of internet is tremendous, and people are maximizing the opportunity. Unfortunately, many people are not aware that people are cashing out from the internet space. Some are complaining and some are making money. So what we are giving out is information that will help you to know how to use your phone at the comfort of your home to make money for yourself. And we have all it takes. That's why we want people to come out tomorrow in the morning by 10 a.m. at 89 Atiku Abubakar, so that we'll sit down and explain everything to everyone that will be there tomorrow, so that they will understand exactly how to do this job.
All right, interesting. So you have told us you have an event going down tomorrow.
Yes, exactly.
Let's have some details before we proceed of that event, where it is taking place and what time, and if there is a contact detail, for any potential attendee. Let's have it, please.
The seminar will take place tomorrow, Saturday, the 20th day of June, 2026, at 89 Atiku Abubakar Way. 89 Atiku Abubakar Way, opposite GWT filling station. Okay. It's the story building there, opposite the filling station. Time is 10 a.m. 20th June, that's tomorrow, Saturday, 89 Atiku Abubakar, time 10 a.m. And to reach us, you are going to call these numbers: 0803 591 2203.
Okay, we'll take the number a bit slow, yeah?
0803 591 2203. Or you take this other number: 0808 288 5012. We are going to train you on so many things. We have free consultations, affiliate marketing, I'm sure you've been hearing of it, content creation, online tutoring, digital marketing, selling products online. Everything you wanted to do with your smartphone, we are going to tell you and show you how to do it practically. This is not the time to carry big phones and then you don't make money out of it. Let your phone become a tool of wealth creation. Wadi this and what fin na for kama phone for the kama iPhone kama ke rumbo ya yana makoko no fin. Ko you want you kama phone kama na snap silsion this able Sunday things Monday things himbok. Ke even phone do Wadi 89 Atiku Abubakar. Omo Wadi opposite GWT filling station. Make sure ke me kama phone already Kenya what fin ya what fin na phone do bi nam afoni e kok. Oma oni e kok ayaka na so mfanamfo ide we do bia caffeine afref ngini him kokere mborum wodi ye phone fodo kutie ku fo koro ine kamfo koro ine if koro so amfo safe ya wodi ye take afref we sika mi kpo phone wodi Oma odi 89 Atiku Abubakar Way, opposite GWT filling station. Nkpong Saturday nkanika dwop code number mi ikpu iteita ikpu iteita iba iteita ition ikpu ked iba. Most una nam text yes kefo yadi no nombado manan code ikpu itaita ikpu itaita iba itaita ition ikpu ked iba ofoko atex yes kima yadi to number mi ikpu itaita ikpu ita ition usok ked iba ikpu ita. The number in English 0808 288 5012. The second number 0803 591 2203. The venue again 89 Atiko Abubakar Way, opposite GWT Fuel Station. Tomorrow 10 a.m. 20th June 2026.
Okay, Mr. Everest, let's quickly come back to you once again. Who can participate? Who can tag along with this offer that PXES Global is bringing to bear?
Everybody that can have access to smartphone, as far as you can operate smartphone and you have account details, you can participate. People at their age, maybe 70, 80, already in the business are doing it and are getting
70
paid.
years.
Yes, of course. So even above that, yes, as far as you can operate your phone, you are invited. We are calling everybody. There is no need to stay at home. Just come out and know what people are doing to make money. Honestly, it's mind-blowing. You know, if you have some information, you see the kind of money that people are making online. Just come and join us. A lot of information to pass across there. We are there to to answer all the questions. There are experts in the online space that will answer all the questions that you have that be bothering your mind about online business.
So what makes PXEX different from other platforms?
Okay, what makes it different? Because it is not an investment platform. It's not a
You not bring one or two people.
No. It's not bringing money and we'll double it in 2, 3, 5 days. No,
You don't have downline.
at all. You just come. We show you how you use your phone. It's job. Just do a particular thing. Advertise products online. You get paid. You sell online. That's all. You understand? And this job is 5 minutes. You are done. It's not as if it's going to take
5-minute job.
I'm telling you.
And you get paid
per day. You get paid. I'm telling you, and I know you will also like to be part of us.
All right, let's quickly take it to dialect. What PXEX Global mfedo mene wonsoke mfena mene wo ke mfetan go no.
Akwebo me kombo fo nyini sikama phone nyamurwa mempo tani ko se kedera me we de peke famdo utom PXEX na man ndro ibo ya forward mpong ben phone foro kamadi nyini yoko finda kamagari ben phone ro nyamurwa mina giton afonie ase ba ko fonfo amena mutomo roma akpe fien kusen se bodoro poronia se vosenam akporo se amena mutom se fonamaro ikemme yefo ben phone for wodi mpong ke itie ni na ma bi na mpong ke Atiko Abubakar number 89 Atiko Abubakar wodi mpong ke nyine yoko fina kamagari ben phone foro nyamurwa enyo kpe fien. So mbok agboro uniform with agboro single mother agboro job seeker uni utom sese nam mayo wana mutom asenie tekom tekefinu benefini nyon fok mbok wodi mpong ken kanika do ba asen ken yo wot fien se akandi ben phone foro nam mudi mpong moyo kru kanu di mpong fodi ke sonde nyon fo abasi ngani ke ba we meyo ni ye baro u receive fieni ben bom yo got fien da kama ke ben phone fo nyamurwa ayo bo udo ke phone fo se kama kero skuter ye won dim bong doko fan fo doko bong irong fo.
All right, so let's quickly come back. For people who are just hearing about this for the first time, how do they engage with PXEX Global? What are the steps to take right now for someone who's listening?
Okay, the steps to take is to register with the company, and you have access to the to our app, the company's app.
Okay.
And on the app, you'll be shown what to do on your phone. You understand? So
how is the registration done?
Very, very simple.
Okay.
Just your data detail, names and phone numbers and all that. You get registered and you have access to the app. And when you open the app, there are a lot of features there. We'll now show you how to do the adverts. You're advertising for Amazon, eBay, and Walmart.
The registration, is it done on
with your phone
on the website?
Yes, on the app.
On the app.
Okay, on the app. So you have to download the app.
Thank you.
What is the app? What's the name of the app?
PXEX.
PXEX.
Yes.
So you have to download that on your mobile phone.
Yes.
And you go ahead and follow the prompts.
Yes, we'll direct them tomorrow.
Okay, beautiful. So
and it's not just PSCS. We have online training for people that are interested.
Like
just as she mentioned, please
free
can
consultation, affiliate marketing, content creation, online tutoring, digital marketing, selling of products online, everything I'd ever dreamt of doing online with your smartphone. Come tomorrow.
So those are services you offer at PX.
On Sunday, those that cannot
and
make
Sunday,
it.
if you cannot make it tomorrow, Saturday, come on the 21st, which is Sunday by 2 p.m. The
After
same venue.
service, yes,
After
the same
service, 89 Atiko Bubaka, opposite GWT fuel station.
Let's have the date and the time again for emphasis now.
Okay, it is at 89 Atiko Abubakar Way, opposite GWT fuel station. The date is 20th of June and 21st of June. 20th being tomorrow by 10 a.m. Saturday, 20th June 2026, 10 a.m. Sunday, 21st June 2026 by 2 p.m. So if you can't come on Saturday, be there on Sunday. We hope to see you.
The numbers to call again.
The numbers are 0803 591 2203. I take that again. 0803